Okay, last night we did a couple videos showing you how we prep our pork butts. We put a couple in today to cook. Took about 11 hours, pulled them off at about 195, 198. Wrapped them, they were still wrapped in our foil, wrapped in a towel, set them in a cooler for a couple hours. Now we're going to see how good this thing pulls. Still got a little juice in here, so let's get rid of a little of the juice. Ooh. I've already pulled the first one. It didn't have quite this much juice in it. See if we can find out what. Well, let me show you something here first.
Wait.
Just reach in.
Your hand is so dark. I can...
Grab that bone. Hey, wait a minute. Where's the meat at? Oh, there's just a little bit right there. Bone pulled out nice and clean. That's exactly what it should do. Let's get our butt. It's falling apart. Good thing we didn't want to cut the money muscle out of this one because it wouldn't happen. To save that juice, we may put it through a grease strainer. We have a little cup. I'll show you one of these days. You pour your juice in there and it separates the grease out. And you can drizzle it right back on your meat. Get rid of that. Let's see how easy this thing pulls. I don't think you can beat that. Got some nice smoke ring in it. Got in pretty deep on this one. It don't get no better than that. That's what a low and slow pork butt will do for you. Is you go through here, check and make sure there's not any little pockets of fat left, because usually there's a little. You can't render it all out. It's not overcooked. It's just nice and tender. Sitting in those juices for so long help tenderize it. If we had taken it off a little earlier, say 185, 180, we could have chopped it. And we can still chop it if you want it finer. But this works out real good for just straight pulled pork sandwiches. You get pretty good smoke in there, got some good color. We didn't go with the real heavy bark this time. Generally I put a heavy bark on them, but I thought I'd lighten them up. People tend to like them a little better out here in California without so much bark on them. They think it's burnt, but bark is flavor. A little bit of fat there between those layers I'm going to take out. You're never going to get every little ounce of it. Just get the most of it you can. As you watch, in between each layer of muscle, there's usually a little fat. If it doesn't render out, it's okay. Just peel it out. Sometimes it'll break up so small that you won't be able to get it out. That add a little flavor. I'm still getting in there nice and pink smoke ring, nice and deep. There's a nice shot of it right there. Some places it, due to the muscles, some of them will take smoke better than others, permeate deeper. I would say we hit a home run with this one. The client we cooked this for is definitely going to be pleased. Get rid of a little more fat there. Notice I'm not really having to fight it. I've done them before and pulled them off a little early, and we'd have to get in here with forks and just rip it apart. And so getting it up to about that 197 before you pull it gives you a nice pull. Should never have to fight it. If you have to fight it, go ahead and slay it off on your butcher block. Take your cleaver, chop it up, and have chopped sandwiches instead of pulled. There's our pulled pork.